The Kansas City T-Bones proudly present T-Bones Baseball on the Air. Members of the American Association of Independent Professional Baseball Clubs and home of fun well done. The T-Bones Broadcast Network is brought to you by Community America Credit Union, Austin's Trailers and Motorsports, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Price Chopper, Providence Medical Center, the Kansas Lottery, FlyKCI.com, Roma Bakery, Sheet Metal Local Number 2, and Kissick Construction. Now let's head out to the ballpark for the starting lineups and the first pitch with the voice of the T-Bones, Nathan Moore. Well, good evening. Welcome to Community America Ballpark. I am Matt Folks. Nathan Moore will be with us here momentarily as we continue this 6-game and 7-day homestand Kansas City had yesterday off after dropping 2 of 3 to Texas over the weekend. And now we begin a very tough 3-game stretch here against the Laredo Lemurs here at Community America Ballpark on an overcast night. Your lineups for tonight. First for the visiting Lemurs. Batting first at third base is Abel Nieves. Batting second in right field, Dennis Phipps. Ty Morrison's the DH. He's batting third. Batting fourth, Jesus Poso. He's playing first base. We also saw him catch last week when these two teams met. Batting fifth, the catcher Zane Chavez. And he and Poso will switch presumably during this series between first base and catcher. Batting sixth will be the second baseman, J.D. Pulfer. Batting seventh in left field, Burt Reynolds. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Brendan Metzger. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Alvaro Rondon. So again, it's Nieves, Phipps, Morrison, Poso, Chavez, Pulfer, Reynolds, Metzger, and Rondon, with Ryan Beckman on the hill tonight for the Lemurs. For Kansas City tonight, in center field leading off will be Tyler Massey. Batting second in right field is Dalton Wheat. Brett Wiley, the spot where we've seen him a lot here recently, he's batting third and playing second base. Your cleanup batter tonight and at first base is Jake Blackwood. Batting fifth, your DH, Anthony Gallus. Jimmy Mojica's in the sixth hole tonight. He's playing third base. Tyson Gillies is back in the lineup. He was not in the lineup against Texas. He's batting seventh and playing left field. Vladimir Frias is playing shortstop and batting eighth. And behind the plate is number 44, Nolan Johnson. So Massey, Wheat, Wiley, Blackwood, Gallus, Mojica, Gillies, Frias, and Johnson, with Jared Messer on the hill tonight for Kansas City. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have the first pitch for you as Kansas City and Laredo begin a 3-game series here at Community America Ballpark. We're back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning, the experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com. Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Welcome back to Community America Ballpark as we get set for the first of 3 games here with Kansas City and Laredo. Kansas City will play Laredo more than any other team here in 2016. As by the time we are finished here, this is game number 12 between these two teams here this season. Kansas City last faced Laredo just a week or so ago, about a week and a half, I guess now, and swept the Lemurs. That was August 11th through 14 here at Community America Ballpark. Jared Messer on the hill tonight for Kansas City. His last start against Laredo during that series on August the 12th. He got a complete game shutout, becoming the 12th different pitcher in T-Bone's history to do so, and the first since Lucas Irvin in 2013. With his 10 strikeouts in that game, he became the 9th different pitcher, and first since Brian Grenning in 2012 with at least 10 strikeouts. So a very good outing last time he went against Laredo. And Messer now coming in here 4-2, 3.99 ERA. He'll be facing Nieves, Phipps, and Morrison. The right-hander wheels and deals, and we're underway as the first pitch is down low. Kurt Branninger, home plate umpire. Kyle Kilgore is at first, and A.J. Cho is at third as Nieves fouls this one back. Laredo activated Nieves during that series, and he has had a hit in every game since then. As this pitch curveball is in there for a called strike. This is the 13th start of the season for Messer, as this one is swung on a miss. Nieves will go down on strikes leading off the first inning. So Messer picking up right where he left off against the Lemurs. He has started a game since then. Last Wednesday, August the 17th, against Wichita. He gave up 6 hits and 4 runs in 5 innings. Kansas City ended up losing that game 7-6. Here's Dennis Phipps, who goes after the first pitch and hits it a country mile out of the stadium. And a home run for Dennis Phipps as he stands at home plate and watches it go before taking off to round the bases. So any hopes of a shutout here tonight for Messer is gone with batter number 2. And Laredo takes a 1-0 lead here on the long home run by Dennis Phipps. Brings up the DH, Ty Morrison. As the first pitch misses down low to Morrison. Morrison batting .279, 4 home runs, 36 driven in. This one's in there for a strike. It's very important for Messer to get ahead of these guys, and not just this team. That's just kind of the MO for Messer, for him to be most effective as this pitch is in there for a strike. Messer starting his 13th game. He's appeared in 21 thus far. He's pitched in 85 2/3 innings as this off-speed pitch is lifted deep into left field. It's going to bounce off the wall next to the Laredo bullpen. Gillies gets it in quickly, but rounding and heading into second base with a stand-up double will be Ty Morrison. So after the strikeout by Nieves, Messer's given up a home run to Phipps, and now a double to Morrison. Brings up the first baseman, Jesus Poso. In 85 and 2/3 innings, Messer has now given up 88 hits. 45 runs, 39 of those have been earned, as this one's in there for a strike. He's walked 33, struck out 44, given up now 8 home runs and 13 doubles. A couple triples, opponents hitting .262 against him. He has now given up another home run as Poso goes to almost the exact same spot as Phipps. And just like that, Laredo has taken a 3-0 lead after 4 batters here in the first inning. So Poso with his 8th home run of the year. Morrison comes in to score, and it's a 3-0 game after 4 batters. So that brings up the catcher, Zane Chavez. This is an important game for both teams, but especially, well, probably equally so for both teams. Kansas City really needs to just get wins at this point. 14 regular season games remaining. Kansas City is all but out of the wild card chase, but they trail Winnipeg by 11.5 games. This pitch to Chavez, misses outside. However, Kansas City sits in 4th place in the Central behind Lincoln and Sioux City by 7 games. Big swing and a miss, and Chavez goes up hacking and goes down swinging. 2 strikeouts here in the inning. And with 2 outs, it brings up the second baseman, J.D. Pulfer. Laredo with 2 home runs here in the top of the first inning. They lead it 3-0. The Lemurs are now 3 games behind a very hot Winnipeg team. So again, for Kansas City at this point, they just need to get some wins put together. Here's a chopper towards short. Free us up with it. Nice, easy throw over to first. And plenty of time to get Pulfer on the 6-3 putout for out number 3. But Laredo strikes first here tonight. They'll come away with 3 runs. They do it on 3 hits. There were no errors. And nobody left on base. We played half an inning. It's Laredo 3, Kansas City coming up. Back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Well, the Laredo Lemur hitters have spotted their pitcher, Ryan Beckman, with 3 runs here in the top of the first inning on 2 home runs, a solo shot by Dennis Phipps, and a 2-run homer by Poso. Now Laredo has a 3-0 lead. This is not the pitcher you want to have. You do not want to be trailing this pitcher by 3 runs. You don't want to give him a 3-run lead. Whatever I'm trying to say, Ryan Beckman has been very good record-wise, not so much, 7-6, but a 2.43 ERA. He has pitched in 114 and 2/3 innings, which is one of the leaders in the American Association. He's given up 103 hits. However, in 114 innings, he has given up just 35 runs. 31 of those have been earned. He has a strikeout to walk ratio of 83-18. And opponents hitting just .244 against him. So it'll be Massey, Weed, and Wiley here to try to get on Beckman here early as the first pitch misses way inside. Beckman, the lanky right-hander, is in low and away. In his last start against Texas on August 17th, he allowed 4 hits in 8 innings. As Massey fouls this one, it's going to find its way to the seats. So the count now 2-1 to Massey. Beckman, in that game that Jared Messer threw the complete game shutout, Beckman was, quite frankly, equally as effective. He went 8 innings, gave up 6 hits and 2 runs. As Massey chops this one in front of the plate, Beckman up with it over to first in plenty of time. So 1-3 put out for out number 1. It brings up the right fielder, Dalton Wheat. Beckman, 6'4", 210 pounds. A right-hander that comes 3/4 sidearm. Wade in on the left side of the plate as the first pitch is lined over the head of the second baseman into right field for a 1-out single for Dalton Wheat. So Dalton Wheat will raise his .323 average a bit. And it brings up the second baseman, Brett Wiley. Wiley still leading Kansas City with a .326 batting average. He has played in 81 of the team's 85 games thus far. The games he missed were early in the season when he was struggling a little bit. As the first pitch paints the black on the outside corner for a called strike. In those 81 games, Wiley with 99 hits. As Beckman throws over to first, but diving back safely is Wheat. 99 hits, 21 doubles, 3 triples, 5 home runs. Wiley has knocked in 42 and scored 40. Digs back in on the left side. Beckman, the right-hander, comes set. The kick and the one-strike pitch is fouled back off the net. Wiley has struck out 54 times. He's been walked 29 times. As Dalton Wade will get his lead over at first with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Kansas City trailing it 3-0. 2 long home runs for Laredo in the top of the first. Throw over to first, but Weed dives back safely. Weed with 6 stolen bases and 8 attempts. Beckman with a long look in before going over to first. Oh, and 2 the count to Wiley. The next pitch is way outside. Tyler Massey led this game off, grounding out to the pitcher Beckman as his pitch is swung on a miss, and Wiley will go down on strikes. First strikeout for Beckman. It's 2 outs now in the first inning. And it brings up Jake Blackwood. Jake batting .259. And on the right side of the plate, as the first pitch, broken bat grounder to third. Nieves up with it over to first in time for the 5-3 putout for out number 3. So that'll do it for Kansas City here in the first. They get a 1-out single by Wheat, but he will be stranded over at first base. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played 1. We head to the second. Kansas City trailing at 3-0. We're back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
No matter how large or small your digging project may be, no matter how urban or rural, you must always call 811 before any digging project. 811 is our national one-call number, alerting your local utility companies to come out and mark any lines they have near your dig site. So before you do this or this, make sure you do this. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811, brought to you by Common Ground Alliance.
We go to the second. Kansas City trailing it by a score of 3-0. Laredo with home runs from Dennis Phipps and Jesus Poso, which sandwiched a double by Ty Morrison. And a sharply grounded ball toward the left field corner. This could be a double for Reynolds. He heads towards second and will stand up there safely with the 4th hit of the game for Laredo. Not only the 4th hit, but the 4th extra base hit here tonight for the Lemurs. So this is a much different ball game thus far than we saw from Jared Messer against Laredo a couple weeks ago. And it's probably a combination of things. Messer was just on that night, as the first pitch to Metzger is in there for a strike. Messer was just on that night. And then I am sure, as any team will tell you when they've been shut out, a pitcher's gotten 10 strikeouts against them, they will do whatever they can to see what his tendencies were, especially just facing him less than 2 weeks ago. So I am sure a few of these guys really studied what Messer was doing against him last time. As Metzger shows bunt against Messer, and the pitch is inside. We're here at Community America Ballpark. Matt Folks here along with you until Nate is on his way. I promise Nate will be with you at some point here in this game. As Metzger digs back in on the right side of the plate, fairly open stance. Messer kicks and delivers, and it's tapped foul at home plate. After striking out Nieves, Messer gave up a home run to Dennis Phipps. Pretty much headed toward the Target parking lot. Gave up a double to Morrison and then another long home run to Poso. Here in this inning, he's given up a leadoff double to Reynolds. Here's the 2-2 to Metzger. He chases a wild one outside and will go down on strikes. 3 strikeouts in the game for Jared Messer. And with one away here in the second, it brings up Rondon. Rondon at shortstop, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Batting .259, 1 home run, 33 driven in. Trying to get a bunt down, but taps it foul off the catcher Nolan Johnson. So as Johnson catches his wits about him, the home plate umpire Kurt Brandon will just walk a new baseball out to Messer. Kansas City tonight in their oxblood jerseys trimmed in black and white with the white pants. Your outfield. As Gillies in left as this one's in there for a strike. As this pitch misses inside. Here's the next pitch. Paints the black on the outside corner for a called third strike. Rondon not happy with it, but that'll be the 4th strikeout given up by Messer. And with 2 outs in the inning, we'll go back to the top of the lineup with Abel Nieves. So defensively for Kansas City, Gillies, Massey, and Wheat are your 3 outfielders. As this pitch gets away from Johnson, heads back toward the screen, and that's going to allow Reynolds to move up to third base. Ryan Retz is playing for Kansas City at third base. Frias at short, Wiley at second, Blackwood at first. As this one's in there for a strike. As this one goes up the middle by Nieves, and he'll get a RBI, making it a 4-0 game. So the leadoff double by Burt Reynolds comes back to haunt Kansas City. On the RBI single for Nieves. And with 2 outs here in the inning, it brings up the right fielder Dennis Phipps. This one's grounded to Frias. He backhands it, throws to second in time to get Nieves on the 6-4 force for out number 3. But not before Laredo will add a run to their lead. They come away with 1 run. They do it on 2 hits. There were no errors. We head to the bottom of the second. It's 4-0 in favor of Laredo. We're back after this on the T-Bones Broadcast Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. Providence Medical Group has offices in Bonner Springs, Basehor, Tonganoxie, Lansing, Leavenworth, and KCK. That's why we're the go-to community hospital in the region. If you're a T-Bones fan, count on the medical team that takes care of your team. The great doctors of Providence Medical Center, just east of the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Welcome back, Community America Ballpark, live in Kansas City, Kansas. Nathan Moore back with you as the T-Bones will head to the plate. Bottom of the second inning, down 4-0. Kansas City in the second inning will send up their 5, 6, 7 hitters, Gallus, Mojica, and Gillies. And actually, there was a late scratch in the lineup for Kansas City, so Mojica will not be batting in this inning. Here's a shot into right field. That's a hit, so Kansas City has their second hit of the night. Dalton Weed had a one-out single in the bottom of the first inning. Nice night for baseball. Temperatures once again in the upper 70s. Really not much wind, but it is blowing about 5 to 10 mile an hour from right to left. Kansas City swept Laredo about 2 weeks ago. Last time Laredo was in Kansas City, it was a 4-game series in which Kansas City won all 7 games of that homestand. Kansas City coming into tonight 39-47, and once again, no Mojica tonight. Kansas City, a late roster scratch, and Gillies will put one right in front of the plate. Tough play for the pitcher, but a bang-bang play at first is in time, so Kansas City moves up the runner 90 feet, but the first out is made here in the bottom of the second inning. So that'll bring up Vladimir Frias. Frias once again in his third season with Kansas City, former Boston Red Sox affiliation. Frias on Sunday afternoon for Kansas City, 2 for 2, couple of runs, couple of RBIs, had a couple of home runs in 3 of his last 4 games. Big swing and a miss, and down to the count, 0-1. So once again, Kansas City, just right before the game, a late swap on their lineup. So a couple of switches in Kansas City's lineup. Ryan Retz kind of moving into the order, so no Mojica. Retz will be on the on-deck circle. Base hit Frias off of the glove of the second baseman Parker. Around third, here comes Gallus to score, slides in safely, and Kansas City is on the board here in the bottom of the second inning. So a couple of hits in the inning, no RBI for Frias, and Frias will stop at first base with the second hit of the inning, third hit of the game for Kansas City. And once again, now here comes Retz batting for the first time tonight. So everybody kind of shifting up in the batting order. Frias originally expected to bat 8th in the lineup, but he is batting in the 7th spot. Gillies moving up to the 6th spot. Mojica's spot moved to the bottom or toward the bottom in the 8th spot, and this is where we'll see Retz for the first time. The young catcher Nolan Johnson will bat in the 9th spot. So now we're trying to get the lineup all squared away. Scoreboard obviously still with Mojica's name in it, trying to get that changed over at the last second. Good off-speed pitch. And a swing and a miss on Retz. Ryan Beckman, 7-6 record, 2.43 ERA. He's been pretty much one of the few big bright spots in the American Association in the South Division when you talk about starting pitchers. He's been a workhorse all summer long, and that's one of the big things when we talk about Laredo, a team that typically builds their team from the offensive perspective, usually a pretty solid bullpen, but this year kind of doing it for them, kind of the reverse effect. Nineteenth appearance, 18th start, and a foul ball straight back off the screen, and the count stays at 0-2. Beckman coming in today with 3 complete games, including a complete game shutout. Leads the team far and away with 114 innings coming into tonight. He's allowed 103 hits and a very good strikeout to walk ratio, 83 strikeouts, 18 walks, and opponents batting just .244 against a right-hander. Frias at first, not running, and a check swing. Did he go? No, according to the first base umpire, Kyle Kolgor. So game 1 of 3, Kansas City, an off day last night. Lost 2 out of 3 against Texas, a big-time lost series for Kansas City as they're still in the midst of a Central Division title. Kansas City needs some help, obviously needs to take care of their home turf, and obviously have a good road trip this next week. This pitch in the dirt, snap throw to first, and Frias dives back safely. 2 hits in the inning, 1 run already in, 4-1 lead for Laredo. They got a jump start on Jared Messer in the first inning, couple of hits, including a couple of home runs in the first inning. Laredo added an extra run in the top of the second. Outfield straightaway, double play depth up the middle for Laredo. 2-2 pitch, off speed, swung on and missed. And Retz is a strikeout victim, second strikeout of the night for Beckman. And that'll bring up the catcher, Nolan Johnson. Nolan Johnson, another rookie, 1 for 2 on Sunday afternoon. Batting .225, no home runs, and 4 RBIs. Kansas City, one of the youngest teams in the American Association. A lot of rookies through the course of the year, anywhere between 7 to 9 rookies on the active roster. Nolan Johnson being one of them. If the inning continues beyond the catcher Johnson, then Tyler Massey will bat for the second time. Beckman comes set and another throw over to first. So Frias, who does lead the Kansas City T-Bones in stolen bases, is a threat to go, especially bottom part of the order, but Kansas City down by 3 in the second. First pitch on the way, a chopper to the third baseman. Nieves, a very good defensive third baseman, able to field it and throw out Johnson. So Kansas City, a couple of singles, they get their first run on the board. And as we head to the third inning, it's Laredo 4, Kansas City 1 on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. Providence Medical Group has offices in Bonner Springs, Basehor, Tonganoxie, Lansing, Leavenworth, and KCK. That's why we're the go-to community hospital in the region. If you're a T-Bones fan, count on the medical team that takes care of your team. The great doctors of Providence Medical Center, just east of the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Top of the third inning, 4-1 lead for Laredo. Nathan Moore back with you live at Community America Ballpark. Morrison, Poso, Chavez batting in the third inning against Jared Messer. Third professionally season for Messer. Came into the game 4-2, 3.99 ERA. Has been a very bright start to the rotation for Kansas City. And jumps quickly ahead of Morrison, 0-2. Morrison, back in the first inning, doubled and scored. Once again, a couple of home runs in the first inning, one by Poso and one by Dennis Phipps. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And way inside, in fact, it's so far inside, it hit Morrison in the front foot. So more troubles for Messer here early on. A 3-run first inning and then a solo tally in the second. See if Messer can possibly involve his defense, possibly get a ground ball double play. Right after Kansas City scored in the second, this is where it's imperative for Messer to get a pretty quick defensive inning. First pitch misses a bit outside. That pitch by Messer, his 35th of the outing. Double play depth for Kansas City and a very deep outfield for Kansas City. 1-0 pitch is fouled straight back, and the count's even. 1 ball, 1 strike. Poso, the big 2-run home run in the first inning. That was his 9th home run of the year, a .288 hitter, and 44 RBIs. Once again, this is not a team that is really anything of the past for Laredo in regards to offensive firepower, but they are still very, very solid. Here's a high foul ball to the right side. It'll get into the seats, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Messer tonight starting for the 13th time. Last time out against Wichita back on August 17th. Gave up 4 runs in 5 innings. Here's a shot right on the right side of the dugout and right off the top of the facing and into the dugout of Kansas City. The count still at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Laredo coming in second place in the South. They are battling with Wichita for the Southern Division lead. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Good off speed, just barely missed. And the count's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Also, Laredo battling with Winnipeg for the wild card spot. So Laredo still very much in the hunt for a postseason spot. 47-38 is their record coming into tonight. 2-2 pitch, way inside. Fastball missed, and the count's full 3-2. Semester, a leadoff hit by pitch here in the third, and now going a full count with Jesus Poso. Messer quickly back and set to go. 3-2 pitch and a high chopper foul wide past third, and the count stays at 3 balls, 2 strikes. Great night for baseball, and once again there was potential of rain, and that kind of went through the metro pretty quickly. There were some spots where the rain came down for a little bit, but nothing too threatening. Another 3-2 pitch. Runner goes. High chopper to third. Diving play Retz, but just in foul territory. Good effort by the new incoming utility player in Retz. Now the wind kind of picking up a little bit, blowing out toward left. And the firepower of Laredo, they really don't need the extra help. Here's a high pop-up on the infield. Shortstop Frias calling for it. He'll make the catch. And back to first goes Morrison. That's the first out of the third inning. That'll bring up Zane Chavez. Chavez struck out in the first inning. Messer did collect 2 strikeouts in the first inning. He has 4 in the game, but once again, it's the story of the long ball. A couple of home runs already. What really cost him in the second inning was a wild pitch. He had a wild pitch right after the leadoff double to Reynolds, and that turned to be pretty key. As that wild pitch allowed Reynolds to go to third, he would score on a 2-out single just right to the second baseman. Chavez, 5 home runs, 32 RBIs, and a snap throw at a first, and Morrison dives back safely. coming into tonight, we're not counting tonight anymore. Kansas City just 6 home games remaining in the regular season. 0-1 pitch and another off-speed pitch. Missed inside and the count's even. 1 ball, 1 strike. One big positive for Messer is even though the early struggles, he's not going to allow that to affect the tempo as this one's pulled foul past first, and now Messer again ahead of a count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Game number 86. One ball, 2 strikes, and Messer set, and the pitch again is pulled foul. Right off the facing of the tarp, just down the right field line. So Laredo not going quickly here in the 3rd inning. Really forcing the young right-hander to make pitch after pitch. He's at 47 so far in the game. Another 1-2 pitch and another ball blasted to deep right field, but hooking foul and way out of play. So once again, another pitch up in the zone, kind of hung a little bit. Messer lucky that wasn't the 3rd run he would have surrendered in the first 3 innings. Another 1-2 pitch and another foul ball. A little redundancy. Kansas City really not doing much of a shift. Outfield straight up, fairly deep once again against Zane Chavez. Another 1-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. Down he goes. So strikeout number 5 for Messer. And now 2 outs here in the 3rd. That'll bring up the second baseman, J.D. Pulfer. Pulfer 0 for 1, last out of the 1st inning. J.D. Pulfer, former Gary Railcat. Last year, Laredo acquiring J.D. Pulfer right at the trade deadline, and a lot of teams making a lot of roster moves today. The teams in that postseason race trying to bolster their squad right at the trade deadline, and we'll talk about a few of those moves about midway through tonight. Here's a line drive just over the glove of Messer. Wiley will take it the short way to second, and the inning is over. So Messer works around the leadoff hit by pitch, and as we head to the bottom of the 3rd, Kansas City trailing Laredo 4-1 on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. Providence Medical Group has offices in Bonner Springs, Basehor, Tonganoxie, Lansing, Leavenworth, and KCK. That's why we're the go-to community hospital in the region. If you're a T-Bones fan, count on the medical team that takes care of your team. The great doctors of Providence Medical Center, just east of the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Learn more at providencekc.com.
Heathwood Oil Company was the first independently owned oil company in Kansas City, and they're now one of the oldest continuously family-owned oil companies in the Midwest, featuring Citgo lubricants. With a current bulk storage capacity of over 250,000 gallons, they have the products you need. Let Heathwood and Citgo design a Citgo lubricants program to reduce cost and increase production. Call 913-321-1764 or email sales@heathwoodoil.com. Heathwood and Citgo, your lubrication specialist since 1926.
Head to the bottom of the 3rd. Nathan Moore back with you. Kansas City trailing 4-1. Game 1 of a 3-game series between Kansas City and Laredo. Top third of the order, Massey, Wheat, Wiley for Kansas City here in the third. Ryan Beckman has allowed just 3 hits thus far, all 3 hits singles. Kansas City getting on the scoreboard in the second. Massey takes a pitch just inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. $14 games to go in the regular season. Kansas City coming into tonight. They are 7 games back in the Central Division. Here's a broken bat chopper to second. Pulfer all over it, and Massey is 0 for 2. So 1 up, 1 down in the third inning, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Dalton Wheat. Dalton Wheat is a great storyline, and the fact that he just came from Emporia State, immediately out of college, first professional season. He is batting .327 in his first professional year. No home runs, 22 RBIs. He's already 1 for 1 here tonight. And the first pitch in this at-bat is a fastball outside. Not only that, but yes, you look at the batting gloves, and most nights, a little bit different tonight, but nope, same ones, construction gloves for Dalton Wheat. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And a breaking ball caught the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Dalton Wheat back in there batting left-handed. And for the last week, moving into the number 2 spot, he's typically been down to the 7-8 spot for John Massarelli. Good off-speed pitch on the outside corner. And a couple of strikes on Dalton Wheat. Pretty good shift by Laredo. A lot of room right up the middle. Pulfer kind of pinching the first baseman. Shortstop kind of pinching more toward third. So a ton of room up the middle. Outfield straight up. As the count's 2 balls, 2 strikes on the young right fielder. On deck, Brett Wiley. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And Dalton Wheat just barely takes outside. Full count, 3-2. Home plate umpire Kurt Brannon, a familiar name that we've seen here several times over the last couple of years. And here comes Beckman's 3-2 pitch. And Dalton Wheat, a chopper right back to the mound. Beckham runs over to first, and the 1-3 put out is made. So very quickly, 2 up, 2 down for KC here in the third. And it's kind of getting to the crunch time, and the fact that 7 games behind the leader in Lincoln and Sioux City. 14 games to go. The math really not very good, so Kansas City, in really all reality, needs to win practically maybe 12 out of the 14 remaining games to have a decent chance. Here's a line drive base hit for Wiley. He's 1 for 2. Hit number 4 for KC. Wiley, a little bit of a slump before that hit. Was hitless on Sunday, had 1 hit on Saturday, but kind of lost a little bit off of the average. He was down to .325, but solid piece of hitting for the young second baseman, and now a 2-out base runner for Jake Blackwood. Blackwood 0 for 1, grounded up to the third baseman, Nieves, in the first inning. Tomorrow night, Kansas City back here against Laredo. For Kansas City, Sean Fernie gets the start. And then on Thursday night, the former Major Leaguer Mike Kickham gets the start for KC. Pitch on the way to Blackwood. Fastball misses a bit high. So Fernie tomorrow night, Kickham on Thursday night. And then on Friday night, Kansas City heading to Indiana. 3 games against South Shore and then 4 games in Fargo. So a 7-game road trip upcoming starting Friday. The 1-0 pitch and a solid base hit into right field. Pretty good speed with Wiley. He's going to go first to third. Throw in from Phipps pretty high, and the throw is not in time. On the throw, Blackwood goes into second base. So it's a single for Blackwood. He advances a second on the throw, and Wiley goes first to third, and just like that, Kansas City a 2-out rally working here in the third. Possibly a base hit. Kansas City could pull within just a 1-run deficit. Anthony Gallus will come to the plate. Gallus is 1 for 1, singled in the second inning, looking to have back-to-back innings with a base hit. He has Kansas City's only run thus far. And a huge shift again on him, and going after the first pitch, pops it up. Shallow center, out goes the second baseman, and everybody calling for it, and everybody forgot the baseball. 2 runs are going to score. It's a 2 RBI bloop single for Anthony Gallus. So that's one way to score a couple of runs, and really, Rondon had the best chance at it. The young shortstop was in front of Metzger in center, Phipps in right, and at the last second, Rondon kind of peeled away from it. Metzger, who has the most speed of pretty much any center fielder in this league, just kind of laid off at the last possible second. In Kansas City, with 3 consecutive singles, now only trail at 4-3 in the third inning. So talk about letting your pitcher down. Kansas City will take full advantage of it so far here in the third. So now we have Tyson Gillies to the plate. And the first pitch to Gillies is a check swing or a foul ball off the plate for a first pitch strike. So Gillies, once again, originally batting in the 7 spot, moving into the 6 spot, where he's batting for the second consecutive inning, and there's a good off-speed pitch for a strike on the outside corner. And Gillies very quickly falling behind 0-2. So the inning starting off with a couple of routine groundouts, and then a 2-out single by Wiley, followed by a 2-out single by Blackwood, and then the big bloop 2-run single by Gallus, giving Kansas City back-to-back innings with a run, and now a bad swing and a miss. Gillies way out in front, and down he goes via the strikeout. Third strikeout of the game for Beckman, but Kansas City does add 2. We head to the fourth. Kansas City pulls within a run. It's 4-3 on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Head to the fourth inning. Kansas City trails 4-3. First game of 3 against Laredo. Big swing and a miss by Reynolds, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Reynolds in the second inning, leadoff double came around to score on a 2-out RBI single by Abel Nieves. This time the fastball by Jared Messer misses a bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Laredo 3 in the first, 1 in the second. Kansas City 1 in the second, 2 in the third. And a big swing and a miss. Boy, Burt Reynolds has not been the type of player that Laredo was thinking they would get in regards to that postseason or mid-season trade. And a guy that 23 home runs this year has not really had much of an impact at all yet, knock on wood, for Laredo, at least in this series. He was held pretty much without any damage against Kansas City 2 weeks ago when Laredo was in town. 6 strikeouts already for Messer tonight. 1 up, 1 down in the fourth. He'll now face the center fielder Brennan Metzger, who takes the first pitch strike. Metzger in the second, another strikeout victim. So take away the first inning for Messer. He's pitched a very solid game. As this pitch misses inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Once again, one thing for sure about Messer, regardless if he's having a great night, a perfect night, or a bad night, he always works quick, very good pace, very good tempo. He'll always keep his defense in attack mode as he jumps ahead of Metzger 1 and 2. And once again, here's the 1-2 pitch. Good off-speed pitch, hit right center field. This one's trouble. Messi on his horse, but not going to get there all the way to the base of the wall in center field. Metzger, who can run, will stop at second. It's a 1-out double. Kansas City really not even arguably has the best defensive outfield in the league, and you could tell immediately that Massey wasn't going to have a chance. Wheat wasn't going to have a chance. Another scoring threat for Laredo here in the fourth. That will bring up Alvaro Rondon. This is one player who is not in the lineup because of his offense. He is a very good defensive shortstop. Batting just .258, 1 home run, 33 RBIs. He struck out in the second. Top of the order, Abel Nieves to follow. 1-0 pitch, headed back up the middle. Wiley extends over, has the ball kind of roll up of his leg, and he saves a run for the moment. So it's an infield single for Rondon. I think I said leg, but I definitely meant his arm. So Metzger goes up to third, and it's an infield single. Yeah, I think definitely up the arm. So Bill Sobey, the pitching coach, will come out and have a quick word with the young right-hander. So right after Kansas City scored 2 in the bottom of the third, here comes Laredo with back-to-back 2-out hits, or 1-out hits here in the top of the fourth inning. Messer last faced Laredo back on August 12th. Kansas City won the game 2-0. In that game, Messer threw a complete game shutout. It was his best start of the year. It was actually the quickest game of the season. It was a game that was just over 2 hours and a minute. Had 10 strikeouts in the game. He became the 9th different pitcher and the first since Brian Grinning back in 2012 with at least 10 strikeouts in a game. So he has had a lot of success in his past against Laredo, and now he's looking for a ground ball, possible double play. First pitch to Nieves is a breaking ball for a strike. Nieves struck out in the first inning, RBI single in the second. He is 1 for 2. And batting for the third time in 4 innings. Four to 3 Laredo. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Just a very quick 3-game series before Kansas City leaves on Friday. Runner goes, pitch in the dirt. The throw goes into center field, and that's going to be a run. So a very bad throw by Johnson, and all of a sudden it's back to a 5-3 lead for Laredo. I mean, that wasn't even close. So Metzger easily scores. Up to second base goes Rondon, and now the count's 1 ball, 1 strike. So the double play is out of order. And the 1-1 pitch is fastball inside, and the count's 2 balls and a strike. Straight away in the outfield. Kansas City really no shift of any kind. And the 1-1 pitch is in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike on Abel Nieves. Here's the pitch. And a good off-speed pitch for a strike. 1-2. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Laredo. 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error for Kansas City. 5-3 lead. And here's the 2-2 pitch and a foul ball. "67 pitches for Jared Messer working in the 4th inning. And another 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Another strikeout for Messer, his 7th of the night. And now 2 outs, runner at second base for Dennis Phipps.
Right fielder number 55, Dennis Phipps.
Dennis Phipps, probably arguably one of the, if not the best hitter in the American Association, a guy that has great power, good gap power, solid approach, hits the ball obviously more times than he doesn't strike out a lot. 53 RBIs, and a hitter that typically is right around 300. 1-0 pitch, fastball up and in, and the count's 2-0. Ty Morrison will follow, and now Messer has to be careful as he has a hitter's count on one of the league's most dangerous hitters. We have already seen the power that Phipps has. He's homered for the 19th time of the season already tonight, and this was a foul ball straight back. 2 balls and a strike. Kansas City, a little bit of a shift on Phipps, more room in right field. Massey in center, a little bit shaded toward left. Dalton Wheat more right center than straightaway right. Messer comes set, looks in. Back at the runner, and the 2-1 pitch is a little bit low. 3 balls and a strike. And now it wouldn't really be too awfully much to concede that Dennis Phipps will probably be kind of cautiously pitched to here. 3-1 pitch, and it's low and outside, ball 4. So really no reason to pitch to Phipps in that situation after Messer got so far behind. No reason to let Phipps hurt you again. Now you have to go right after Morrison. Morrison 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch.
Designated hitter number 35, Ty Morrison.
First and second, 2 outs, top of the 4th. 1 run already in, and Messer misses with a breaking ball on the first pitch. Way high, and it's 1-0. Laredo has made Jared work mightily so far. He faced 6 batters in the first, 5 in the second, 4 in the third, and already 6 here in the 4th inning, and that pitch is low, 2-0. So Messer's pitch count continues to escalate, and we're only in the 4th inning. 75 pitches. Runner at second, Rondon. Runner at first is Dennis Phipps. 2-0 pitch right down the heart of the plate, and the count's 2 balls and a strike. If the inning continues, Jesus Poso would be the next Laredo Lemur to come to the plate. Messer kind of slowing down the pace just a little bit, trying to make sure he stays on page. And another one inside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. So somewhat of a self-imposed situation here by Messer. Back-to-back one-out hits, followed by a 2-out walk, and now all of a sudden, another dangerous count. 3-1 pitch, and he walked another. So back-to-back walks here in the 4th inning. And the bases are loaded, and 2 outs for Jesus Poso, and still nobody warming up for Kansas City. So 78 pitches. You typically want to see your starter anywhere between 11 to 14 pitches per inning. If it happens quicker than that, great, but obviously when it gets to 15 and more stressful situations, and another breaking ball on the first pitch of the at-bat is in the dirt for a ball. So Messer really having control issues here in the 4th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and a swing and a miss. That would have been ball 2. It was definitely low, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Poso 1 for 2. Once again, homered back in the 1st inning. The 1-1 pitch. Fastball caught the outside corner, and the count's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Messer, despite all of this in the 4th inning, 1 pitch away from escaping a huge jam in the 4th inning. And the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball ripped into right field, dropping quickly. It's going to fall in for a hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Phipps around third. He'll score. And it's a 2-out, 2-run single by Jesus Poso, who has 4 RBIs in the game. So one of the walks have already turned into a run. That is Dennis Phipps. Phipps easily scoring from second base. Morrison going first to third. And now runners on the corners, still 2 outs for Zane Chavez. So right after KC pulled within a run, after scoring 2 in the bottom of the 3rd, Messer immediately gives up 3 so far in the top of the 4th inning. So it's now a 7-3 lead for Laredo. Still nobody warming up for KC. Ground ball second. Wiley has it over to first. Inning over, but damage has been done. 8 to the plate, 3 runs scored, and as we head to the bottom of the 4th, 7-3 Laredo on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Nathan Moore back with you as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Kansas City trailing 7-3. T-Bones 1 run in the second, 2 in the third. Laredo with a big 3-run top of the fourth inning as Frias fouls it straight back for a strike. Frias singled back in the second inning. He kind of helped jumpstart a rally in the second. 1-for-1. Pretty good little stretch run for the shortstop. And a foul ball. So now Frias behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Frias, Retz, Johnson. 7, 8, 9 batters here in the fourth inning. 7-3 Laredo. And Kansas City's chances of a possible Central Division championship dwindle with every inning that Kansas City trails here tonight. It would be not mathematically impossible, but obviously the odds continue to get further and further against their chances with every loss from here on out. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a chopper right back to the pitcher. And Frias is out on a 1-3 putout. So good defensive play by the pitcher, Beckman. And Frias is out for the first time. So 1 up, 1 down for Retz. Ryan Rett still looking for his first hit for Kansas City and takes a fastball a little bit low. Rett's in the second inning, strikeout victim. He is one of 3 strikeouts by Beckman here tonight. Beckman came into the game with a 2.43 ERA. He's been pretty dominant this year. There's a strike on the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. So speaking of how good he has been, and then give him a 4-run lead to pitch with, things get a little bit more difficult for Kansas City. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and it just barely missed inside. 2 balls and a strike. The top of the fourth inning was just a kind of a setback inning. Now the 2-1 pitch. And a bit outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. So now all of a sudden, Ryan Beckman is missing in the zone. We'll see if Kansas City can take advantage of this. A good hitter's count for Ryan. And the 3-1 pitch is on the way. Foul ball straight back. Got the fastball right down the middle on the inside part of the plate. And the young utility man will just foul it straight back. Full count, 3-2. And another 3-2 pitch on the way. Strike 3 called outside corner. And boy, it looked like Kurt Brannon might have kind of extended the zone a little bit. Looked maybe even a little bit high, not alone outside. But nonetheless, it's a strikeout. And the 4th strikeout of the game for Beckman. 2 of those have come to Retz. So 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. That'll bring up the catcher, Nolan Johnson, who is 0 for 1. And the first pitch to Johnson is on the way. Johnson takes a breaking ball for a strike. Bottom of the 4th inning, 7-3 Laredo. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Kansas City just fresh off a 4-game sweep of Laredo, not even 2 weeks ago here in Community America Ballpark. Another breaking ball, another strike, and very quickly, 0-2 in favor of the starting pitcher. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a foul tip, just barely got a piece of it. And the count stays, no balls, 2 strikes. So right now, Nolan Johnson is trying to continue to battle. Here's the 0-2 pitch again on the way. And a swing and a miss, down he goes. So back-to-back strikeouts. And for the first time tonight, Ryan Beckman has a perfect 1-2-3 inning. We head to the 5th. All Laredo as they lead at 7-3 on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
We head to the 5th inning, 7-3 lead Laredo. 6, 7, 8 hitters. Pulfer, Reynolds, Metzger will lead off for the Lemurs in the 5th. Kansas City with just 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. Laredo has scored in every inning but the 3rd. And a pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pulfer 0 for 2, couple of ground outs. Once to Frias at short, once to Wiley at second. 1-1 pitch, fastball strike on the outside corner. And Messer jumps ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Messer, 7 strikeouts on the night. He's given up 8 hits. All 7 runs have been earned. This breaking ball is a bit outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kansas City has committed just 1 error in the game. It happened in the 4th inning. A throwing error to the catcher Johnson, but it really didn't help Laredo all that much. Called 3rd strike, outside corner. Good breaking ball. And Messer has his 7th strikeout of the night. 1 up, 1 down in the 5th inning. And that'll bring up the left fielder Burt Reynolds, who is 1 for 2. So a good start for Messer in the 5th inning. And the strikeouts continue to rack up for the young right-hander. And the first pitch caught the outside corner for a strike. So Messer, who kind of had a little bit of issues in the 4th inning, faced 8 batters. 3 runs came across to score, but all of a sudden the 5th, hitting his spots perfectly, working the fastball to his benefit right on the outside edge. So 2 strikes on Burt Reynolds. Double and a run scored in the second, struck out last inning as the curveball's in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pretty good waste pitch there by Messer. Now the 1-2 pitch. Fastball a little bit high, and the count's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Massey in center, almost as deep as you can imagine, playing near the warning track. 2-2 pitch, and another breaking ball outside. So Messer goes from 0-2 to 3-2. His next pitch will be his 95th of the game, and there is some light throwing going on in the T-Bones bullpen. A high fly ball, right field, manageable for Dalton Wheat. And the young rookie right fielder makes the catch, and 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th inning. So a good start to the 5th, and that'll bring up the center fielder Metzger, who's 1 for 2.
Number 34, Brennan Metzger.
So Metzger doubled and scored in the 4th inning, strikeout victim in the 2nd. First pitch, curveball for a strike. So once again, Messer doing a good job throwing a lot of first pitch strikes in this inning. Staying on the aggressive, here comes the 0-1 pitch. And it's a fly ball, right field, this time pretty well hit. And Wheat nearing the warning track makes the catch. And a pretty good, quick 1-2-3. Top of the 5th inning for Kansas City. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 7-3 Laredo on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar
Very
music and
first
the cool
pitch.
treats on a hot
Massey
summer
grounds out to the
afternoon.
shortstop, and Casey has the first out in the bottom of the
Frosty
5th
Treats
inning.
ice cream truck at your next corporate or private
So bottom of the 5th inning,
FrostyTreats.com.
Kansas City trailing 7-3. And that'll bring up Dalton Wheat, who is 1 for 2. Wheat singled in the first, grounded out to the pitcher in the 3rd. Kansas City with 8 hits, 3 runs on the night. All hits have been singles. First pitch to Dalton Wheat is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. Wheat batting .325, no home runs, 22 RBIs. Once again, a pretty good size shift as he hits this one high into the air, playable in right field. Dennis Phipps drifting back, now coming in, makes the catch. And 2 up, 2 down in the 5th inning. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Brett Wiley. Wiley 1 for 2, singled and a run scored in the 3rd. He also has struck out tonight. His 2-out single in the 3rd inning helped aid a 2-run 3rd inning for Kansas City. See if the T-Bones can get something or anything to work here in the bottom of the fifth. Try to pry themselves back into the game. Ryan Beckman, who's been really solid from start to finish this year and given him a 4-run lead, he is not going to be easy to give that lead right back. First pitch, breaking ball a bit outside. 54 pitches for Beckman. Messer is nearing 100, so kind of two sides of the spectrum. 1-0 pitch, off speed, swung on and missed, and the count's 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch is right there for a strike. So another off-speed pitch by Beckman, and the count's 1 ball, 2 strikes. A lot of room in right center field. We'll see if Wiley can shoot the gap somewhere instead of breaking ball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Blackwood to follow. Kansas City trails by 4. We are in the bottom of the 5th. Third baseman Nieves way off the line at third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. And a foul ball straight back. Pretty good swing by Wiley. Somewhat of a quiet night here at the ballpark tonight. A big weekend. Kansas City had a huge attendance on Saturday night. Well over 6,000 fans on Military Appreciation Night as Wiley sends one into right field. Phipps is there, and Kansas City again for the second consecutive inning. Goes down 1-2-3 here in the 5th. We head to the 6th. 7-3 Laredo on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Top of the 6th inning, Kansas City trailing 7-3. Laredo in the 6th inning will send their 9-1-2 batters to the plate, starting with Alvaro Rondon. Rondon, 1 for 2. A single and a run scored in the 4th inning. Also has a stolen base tonight. 0-2 pitch, lined into center field. That's a hit. Messer back out for his 6th inning of work after a perfect 1-2-3 5th inning. Gives up his 9th hit of the game to lead off the 6th inning. So second hit of the night for Rondon. There is action in the bullpen for Kansas City, and somewhat of a surprise. There's a little bit of light throwing in the Laredo bullpen. Kansas City has not turned a double play tonight. We'll see if they could possibly do that here in the 6th inning. First pitch on the way to Nieves. Maybe right on cue to Frias for 1. Back to first in time for 2. 6-4-3 double play. Frias to Wiley, then Wiley's turn in time, and that erases the leadoff single. So exactly what Messer needed here in the 6th inning. That erases the leadoff single. Now 2 out, bases empty for the right fielder Dennis Phipps. Phipps, couple of runs scored, including that solo home run in the 1st inning. Dennis Phipps, a pretty good-sized baseball player, pretty good size, and even in the roster, you always think that a lot of teams will kind of make guys less heavy than what they are at times, or sometimes even the reverse effect, but they have Phipps at 6'2", 220 pounds. And if I was guesstimating Phipps, I would not say 6'2" and 220. I would say the 6'2" is pretty accurate, 220 probably a little light. Breaking ball a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike on the right fielder Dennis Phipps. And the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball just barely missed outside. 2 balls and a strike. Messer trying to face the minimum here in the 6th inning. Last pitch was his 100th of the night. So pretty much safe to assume this will be his final inning tonight. Top of the 6th inning, Laredo with a 7-3 lead. They've out-hit Kansas City tonight 9-6. And another breaking ball outside, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. So Messer trying to, what it appears, stay as far away as possible to Dennis Phipps. And the 3-1 is hit to right field, but twisting foul, it'll go out of play. And the count fills up to full 3-2. Laredo with the big 3-run 1st inning and then a big 3-run 4th inning as Phipps fouls off yet another pitch. Full count, 3-2. If Phipps were to reach, Morrison will come up. Messer closing in on 110 pitches. Check swing. Phipps went around, according to the home plate umpire Kurt Brandon, and Phipps not at all pleased with the decision. That is strikeout number 8 for Messer in a scoreless 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. The score remains the same, 7-3 Laredo on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Jake Blackwood leads off the bottom of the sixth inning with his second hit of the night. Kansas City trailing by 4, 7-3. Blackwood now with 2 singles tonight. And that'll bring up Anthony Gallus. Kansas City 1 in the second, 2 in the third. Pretty much an offensive night led by Laredo. They got off to a 3-run top of the first inning. They have not trailed tonight as Gallus goes the other way. Shallow right, Phipps is there, and the first out quickly made here in the sixth inning. So 1 on, 1 out for Tyson Gillies, who's 1 for 2. Tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch, second game of the series. Sean Fernie in his 4th start since his return from the disabled list. And then Thursday night, it is the final Thirsty Thursday of the year. $1.25 beers on Thursday night. And Mike Kickham will get the start on Thursday. Here's a shot down the right field line. Fair ball heading into the corner. Off the wall, extra bases for Gillies. Kansas City is going to try to score Blackwood from first, and he will go home. All the way to third goes Gillies. It's an RBI triple, and it's 7-4 Laredo. So Blackwood scoring all the way from first base, and Tyson Gillies has an RBI triple here in the sixth inning. So Kansas City, 2 hits in the sixth inning, and 90 feet away from adding yet another run in this inning, as Vladimir Frias will come up. He's 1 for 2. So Kansas City, pretty much a team-oriented night when it comes to offense. Frias has one of the team's 8 hits. Kansas City with 2 of those in this inning. And the first pitch to Vladdy is a breaking ball in the dirt. Good block by the catcher Chavez, and the count's 1-0. After Frias, you've got the utility man Retz to follow, followed by the young rookie catcher Nolan Johnson. This is a big at-bat in which Kansas City needs Frias to put the ball in play, try to score that run from third base. The 1-0 pitch. And he fouls it away the other way, and the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Frias, a switch-hitting shortstop, batting left-handed against the right-handed starter Ryan Beckman. Beckman, 6'4", 210 pounds. He is 25 years of age. His last time out went 8 innings against Kansas City and lost 2-0. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And a foul ball again other way, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Beckman and Messer started against each other last time these two teams met. Messer won the battle 2-0. It is the only complete game a Kansas City starter has this year, and it was a shutout to boot. Now with 2 strikes on Vladdy, the infield comes in. So they will try to get the out at the plate if Vladdy can't get the ball out of the infield. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, grounded right to the second baseman. Pulfer makes the play over to first, out number 2, and that was a failed attempt by Vladimir Frias to get the runner in from 90 feet. So now 2 outs, and a runner still at third base for Retz. Ryan Retz 0 for 2. Couple of strikeouts here tonight. Kansas City trails by 3, 7-4, bottom of the 6th. You have Gillies, who's 90 feet away. Kansas City really needs to pick up another run here as the game gets later in the stage, and Retz is going to hit one to deep left center field. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Retz. It's an RBI double, and it's now 7-5 Laredo. So Ryan Retz, with his first hit as a member of the Kansas City T-Bones, is a 2-out RBI double. And Kansas City, for the third time tonight, has scored in a separate inning. It's a 2-run 6th inning. And now Nolan Johnson, who's 0 for 2, looking for another 2-out base hit to try to cut the deficit back to a run. First pitch to the catcher is on the way, and Beckman misses a little bit low. Johnson grounded out to the third baseman Nieves in the second and struck out to end the 4th inning, so 0 for 2. Top of the order, and Tyler Massey to follow. He's 0 for 3. They are the only 2 hitters tonight that have not reached base. Lined into center field. Here comes Metzger, dives and makes the catch as he robs a base hit away from Nolan Johnson. So Johnson hitting it hard, but right into a sliding feet first catch of Brennan Metzger. KC scores 2, pulls within a couple. We head to the 7th, 7-5 Laredo on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid. The familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
We head to the 7th inning. Nathan Moore back with you live at Community America Ballpark. Kansas City with 2 in the bottom of the 6th, pull within a couple. Now trail just 7-5 going into the 7th. Kansas City will make a pitching change in the 7th inning. The young Lefty Josh Tolles comes out of the bullpen. Tolles 5'7", 175 pounds from Australia, making another relief appearance for Kansas City. 2-1 pitch is a strike on the inside corner to count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tolles on the year, 4.06 ERA, 5-4 record, 24th appearance, 51 innings this year. Good breaking ball, missed somewhere, and the count is full 3-2. In 51 innings, he's allowed 42 hits, 23 earned runs. He's walked 27, struck out 46, and batters are batting .226 against the left-hander. Ground ball third, diving play Retz. Gets up, throws to first, and a couple of hops over to first, and the ball's a little bit late, and because of the throw, over to second base goes Morrison. It'll be an infield single, E5 on the throw, and Kansas City in trouble to begin the 7th inning. Good effort by Ryan Retz, but the throw way low, and Blackwood unable to field it cleanly, and now you've got trouble in scoring position again here in the 7th inning, and up comes a dangerous first baseman, Jesus Poso. Poso, 2 for 3, 4 RBIs in the game, a 2-run single and a 2-run home run. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that stayed high for a ball. So Tolles is in, and that is because Messer is out. And here's the final line for Jared Messer tonight, as this 1-0 pitch misses inside. 6 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs, all earned. He walked 2, struck out 9 tonight. He did that on 108 pitches. 73 of those were in the strike zone. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and a foul ball to the right side. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike on Jesus Poso. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Good breaking ball, swung on and missed. And the count's even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Once again, another big inning in which Kansas City scored the preceding inning. Up to Josh Tolles to try to get a big shutdown inning, try to keep the game manageable. Only trailing by 2. 9 offensive outs to work with. Runner goes. Big swing and a miss. Snap throw to third is a little bit late. So Josh Tolles strikes out Poso, but a stolen base by Morrison. And now Laredo 90 feet away from possibly adding another run to their lead. Kind of the same situation Kansas City had in the bottom of the 6th inning. They had a runner at third base and less than 2 outs. Failed to add that extra run. And Laredo in the same situation here in the top of the 7th. Zane Chavez is 0 for 3. He, alongside J.D. Pulfer, the only Lemurs who have not got a hit here tonight. And the first pitch swung on and missed. Lefty-lefty matchup. Chavez has struck out twice tonight. Outfield pretty much straight up. Massey a little bit toward right. And a bunt is popped foul well out of play. 0-2. The Royals tonight, on the other side of Kansas City, have won 8 consecutive games. They are in action again tonight. Get you a score update on them in just a second. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and the fastball just barely missed outside. The Royals at the moment are winning 1-0 in the 9th inning. They're looking for their 9th consecutive game, or 9th consecutive win. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, popped up, shallow right center field. It's going to drop in for a hit, and another run. Now 8-5, so every time Kansas City tries to pull back into the game, immediately Laredo answers right back. So nobody has been able to stop this offensive Laredo tonight. Second hit of the inning. RBI for Chavez. And Ty Morrison able to score after leading off the inning with a single. First pitch to Pulfer on the way, and the fastball right down the heart of the plate, right at the knees for a strike. Kansas City double play depth. They would love to see a possible double play. And this pitch is a changeup a little bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike on J.D. Pulfer. 0 for 3 on the night. Tolles a long look over at first. Runner goes. Pitch is low. Throw to second base is way late and into center field. So a stolen base. No further advancement, but all of a sudden, Laredo is stealing all over the catcher Johnson here in the last couple of innings. So they are attempting to run right now, inning after inning after inning, and until Johnson and Kansas City can force Laredo to stop their base running aggressiveness, they're going to continue to do it, and only leading by 3. This game far from over. J.D. Pulfer has grounded out twice. He has struck out, so he has not got the ball beyond the infield. He was a perfect double play candidate before the stolen base. Two balls, 2 strikes. Tolles coming set, and the pitch is way outside. Ball 3, 3-2. And actually, a little bit behind was the scoreboard, and that is a walk. So a 1-out walk to J.D. Pulfer. So neither Chavez or Pulfer had reached tonight, but in this inning, Josh Tolles has allowed 3 out of the 4 base runners in this inning to reach base in the 7th inning. 1 run already in. And now, once again, it kind of sets up for a double play chance. Burt Reynolds, one of the most powerful individuals, the guy with the most home runs in the league, 23 of them will come to the plate. Tonight, he is 1 for 3. Take a look at the American Association scoreboard update in just a minute. Tolles a long look back at the runners, and it's going to force Burt Reynolds to call time. Runner at second is Chavez. Runner at first, Pulfer. First pitch of the at-bat, right down the middle for a called strike. Eight to 5 Laredo. We are on the top of the 7th. And another turn and look. No throw by Tolles. So all of a sudden the game kind of falling to a crawl here in the 7th. Messer, who works really, really quick, and Tolles, who doesn't work nearly as quick. This pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch is a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike. So Josh Tolles, 24 pitches so far here in the 7th inning alone. Only 1 out, 1 run is in, and 2 on base. Once again, a dangerous hitter. 2-1 pitch and a foul ball straight back. And the count's 2 balls, 2 strikes. A leadoff single by Morrison, throwing error by Retz, a stolen base, and then a single and a walk, the damage in the inning. The 2-2 pitch, big breaking ball and a foul ball straight back. The curveball for Tolles typically between 65 and 68 miles per hour to go along with that mid to upper 80s fastball. But right now, he is in no rush with his delivery. And another 2-2 pitch and a pop foul out of play. So Burt Reynolds and Josh Tolles continuing to go pitch after pitch without a decider thus far. 27 pitches alone for Tolles here in the 1 inning he's pitched. And Tolles coming set. Another 2-2 pitch, and it's hammered to deep center field. On the run, Massey, and it's going to hit the top of his glove and go over his head. Off of the wall. Coming around third, here comes Chavez. Right behind him, Pulfer, and it is a 2-run triple for Burt Reynolds. And once again, Kansas City immediately after scoring in an inning cannot find a way to put up a 0 on the scoreboard on the defensive end. It is a 3-run inning. And once again, Laredo continues to pull further and further away. It is now 10-5 Laredo in the 7th.
Number 34, Brennan Baxter.
So Chavez scoring from second, J.D. Pulfer scoring all the way from first. And now another foul ball. So Josh Tolles here in the 7th inning has really had to work hard. In other words, a very laborious 7th inning. And there's a strike. 0-2 on Brennan Metzger, who is 1 for 3. Infield drawn in for Kansas City as they trail 10-5. Laredo out hitting Kansas City 12-9. 0-2 pitch is a little bit low. Pretty much the deciding factor in this inning was the big walk to J.D. Pulfer. J.D. Pulfer has really not been a very solid hitter this year. He has struggled offensively. And Tolles walking him was a big no-no in the inning. Now Metzger will fly out to right, but good enough for a sacrifice fly. 11-5 now for Laredo. It's a 4-run inning against Josh Tolles here in the 7th. So what once was a very close 2-run game, Laredo starting to open it up a bit. It's now up to a 6-run deficit. And 2 outs, bases empty for the shortstop Alvaro Rondon, who's 2 for 3. First pitch to Rondon. Lined into left field, dropping quickly. Gillies is going to try to come up, and it hits the facing of his glove. It'll bounce in front of him. It's a 2-out single. So Rondon, who once again also is really not in there for his offensive ability, is 3 for 4. And this will be the 8th hitter to come to the plate in the inning against Tolles. And it has gone final in Miami. The Royals have defeated Miami, and the Royals have won their 9th consecutive games. That's pretty impressive. Even if you're a Cardinals fan, it's pretty impressive. Cardinals, meanwhile, losing 6-3 in St. Louis in the bottom of the 5th inning against New York. Another hit into center field. So Nieves comes through. Alvaro will go first to third. And Laredo kind of in batting practice mode in the 7th. So the 9th hitter of the inning will come to the plate in Dennis Phipps. And Josh Tolles, who for the most part of the year has been pretty reliable, one of the go-to guys in the bullpen, is just having one of those nights where everything he seems to be pitching is getting hit. Really not much of any pitch to really go to. So Bill Sobey coming out for a quick word with his lefty reliever. And that'll force the home plate umpire, Kurt Brannon, to come out from behind the plate and try to quickly end the meeting between pitching coach Bill Sobey and Josh Tolles. In the American Association, once again, we'll talk about trades a little bit later if we have time, and if not, we'll talk about them more in depth tomorrow night. A lot of teams making a lot of moves coming into the final day of the trade deadline. As Dennis Phipps fells it straight back. Scores around the league. Wichita all over St. Paul earlier today. 11-1 was the final. And other scores, Texas defeating Joplin 6-4. Lincoln has defeated Gary 2-1. So if Kansas City were to lose tonight, they would fall back 8 games with just 11 games left to play. That's pretty tough to do. Winnipeg 5-4. They lead Fargo right now in the top of the 6th inning. Sioux City leading Sioux Falls 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. So they are also winning. Joplin trailing in the game 2 of a doubleheader 3-1 to Texas. That's in the bottom of the 4th inning. And, of course, our score 11-5 in favor of Laredo here in the 7th inning. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, little popper, shallow right. Out goes Wiley. He'll make the catch, and the inning is over. But once again, Kansas City opening the door for a monster inning by Laredo's offense. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It is 11-5 now in favor of the Lemurs on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn and Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn and Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Nathan Moore back with you as Kansas City trailing 11-5 as we head to the home half of the 7th inning. Top third of the order, Massey, Wheat, Wiley batting in the 7th. A new pitcher for Laredo, Polo Reno, coming in out of the bullpen. We've seen him in the past. Pretty good lefty out of the back end of the bullpen. Beckman tonight. 6 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He didn't walk anybody tonight. He did strike out 5. only 73 pitches, somewhat surprising. Here's a ground ball to the right side. Diving play J.D. Pulfer, and Pulfer able to throw out a speedy Massey. So a pretty good defensive play by Pulfer, and the first out recorded here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So 1 up, 1 down for Dalton Wheat. Dalton Wheat 1 for 3. He did single back in the first inning. He's also grounded out and flied out. Lefty-lefty matchup here in the 7th. Kansas City's opportunity starting to dwindle. And the first pitch to Wheat is in there for a strike. So Kansas City once again coming into tonight 7 games behind Lincoln and Sioux City in the division race, and just 13 games remaining after tonight. So Kansas City does not come back tonight. They will now trail by 8 games, as Lincoln has already won, and 8 games in 13 possible games. It's not a mathematical elimination, but that is incredibly difficult to overcome, and Kansas City hopefully will continue to get their offense rolling and hopefully can find the pitching that they rode to a 7-game winning streak not too long ago. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Dalton just barely takes it outside. Full count 3-2. After the amount of fans over the weekend, tonight kind of a low night for KC. Here's a big strikeout on a good breaking ball by Polarino. So a strikeout, 2 up, 2 down in the 7th inning. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Brett Wiley.
Second baseman number 16, Brett Wiley.
2 up, 2 down. Wiley is 1 for 3. He singled back in the 3rd inning. He is also struck out. He's flied out to deep right. And the pitch on the way, and a little number foul straight back. 0-1. Wiley, the offensive player of the week about a month ago. Since then, he's pretty much carried the offense for KC. When he got hot, Blackwood got hot, Dalton Wheat got hot, and the offense really started to turn the corner. Here's a little bloop single in the center. So Brett Wiley with another hit. He is 2 for 4. So kind of a rough day for him offensively on Sunday afternoon. He comes back with a couple of hits tonight. And that is the 10th hit of the game for Kansas City. So the offense has definitely done their part. 5 runs on 10 hits. But on the other side, Kansas City, 11 runs given up by their pitching staff on 14 hits. Another shift by the Kansas City offense, which we'll see with the defense by Laredo. And on Blackwood, just basically one infielder on the right side. That is the first baseman, Poso. Second baseman, Pulfer, pretty much right behind the bag at second. Shortstop in the deep hole is Rondon. Pitch way inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. In order for the shift to be successful, and Polarino needs to continue to pitch inside. The first pitch, the first strike that he threw to Blackwood, was on the outside corner. That would have been a pitch that Blackwood could have used to destroy the shift. He went reaching for this one, fouls it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tomorrow and Thursday night, 2 of the few remaining home games of the year. It's the last 2 weekday games, including, I guess, Labor Day Monday would still be considered a weekday. That's the last Monday of the year. There's a shot in the right center field. It's going to drop in for a hit. Wiley will go first to third. Blackwood has his 3rd hit of the night. All 3 hits have been singles. And Kansas City's offense will not go down without a fight here in the 7th inning. So Wiley goes first to third. Blackwood with his 3rd single of the night. And that'll bring up Anthony Gallus, who is 2 for 3. Gallus singled and scored in the 2nd, 2-run single in the 3rd. And a fly ball to right field in the 6th, so 2 for 3. Now that is going to prompt pretty much the entire infield and the catcher Chavez to come out and talk with Polarino. Laredo leading 11-5 in the bottom of the 7th inning, but Kansas City threatening with runners on the corners, however, 2 outs against them in the 7th. Tyson Gillies will follow, and then see if Kansas City can prompt.
Come on, Weavers, don't put us to sleep.
An interesting statement by a fan just below us. Here's the pitch to Gallus, way inside. The count is 1-0. Another big shift by Laredo. A lot of open room to the left side, or the right side rather, as this pitch missed outside 2-0. Kansas City down by 6. They have 7 outs to work with on the offensive end. The 2-0 pitch, and Gallus takes a strike. 2 balls and a strike now. More action in the bullpen for Laredo. Nobody warming up in the Kansas City pen, despite kind of a tough outing in the top of the 7th by Josh Tolles. The 2-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Gallus looking for his 16th home run, came up empty, and the count is even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base hit, Kansas City would drive in their 6th run of the night. A possible extra base hit could make it a 11-7 game. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and a shot to deep right center field. Back goes Metzger to the warning track to the wall and off the bottom of the wall. Extra bases for Gallus. On his way to third, he's going to try to score on the way home. An inside the park home run for the big fella. A 3-run inside the park home run for Anthony Gallus, and it's 11-8. Typically, when you see an inside the park home run, it does not come from within your designated hitter. But it hit the base of the wall, 409 feet away in right center field. And Metzger got to the ball pretty quickly, and Gallus was safe by a good 10 to 15 feet. So he was hustling it all the way around. So 5 RBIs tonight for Anthony Gallus. And now a little broken bat floater to shallow left, and out goes the shortstop Rondon, and the inning is over. But Kansas City strikes for 3 2-out runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. We head to the 8th. It's now 11-8 Laredo on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
We head to the 8th inning. Kansas City pulls within 3. It's now 11-8 as we head to the 8th. Josh Tolles back out for his second inning of work. He was charged with 4 runs against him in the top of the 7th inning, but Kansas City's offense came right back, scored 3 of the runs back, and now we'll see what the new Josh Tolles in the following inning will bring as he goes from 0-2 to 2-2 with Ty Morrison. Every batter in the inning batted, or every batter in the lineup batted against him in the 7th, and now from 0-2 to 3-2. So Morrison has worked the count full. Morrison, a couple of hits. He is 2 for 2. He's walked once, hit by a pitch. He's not been out today until now. Strike 3 called outside corner. And a good start to the 8th inning for Josh Tolles. Matt Folks, our media relations director, just came in during the break and reminding us that last year on the final home game of the season, Jacob Hayes hit a inside the park grand slam. I didn't remember that one, but Matt bringing that one up during the break. 0-1 pitch is a called strike, and Poso down to the count 0-2. Our general manager, Chris Brown, who has been with the T-Bones for 14 years, mentioning during the break that, which I would agree, I've not seen an inside-the-park home run by really anybody but a quick outfielder or maybe a quick middle infielder. Not that Gallus is slow by any means, but typically you don't see that by a first baseman or a designated hitter. But the way the ball bounced, it went from the 409 sign in right center field and ricocheted to the 396 sign, or pretty close to it, in straightaway center. So the trajectory of it, really what gave Kansas City the big advantage. And how about a comeback for Josh Tolles? Back-to-back strikeouts here in the 8th inning. So 2 up, 2 down, and that'll bring up Zane Chavez.
Zane Chavez.
So 2 up, 2 down, and we'll see if Tolles can get the final out of the 8th inning. Try to keep this a 3-run deficit. Kansas City has 8 runs on 12 hits, the 1 error tonight against their catcher Johnson. On the other side, Laredo, 11 runs on 14 hits. They have no errors here tonight. So a huge inside-the-park home run by Gallus. And not to mention, it was an inside-the-park variety. And kind of going back through memory lane and thinking of big guys who hit home runs and hit home runs a lot. If you are a fan of watching those things, and actually it's an interesting segue because I was bringing up Prince Fielder a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, the tragic news where his playing career is over because of yet another neck surgery, as Josh Tolles will strike out the side in the 8th inning. But to finish that note, Prince Fielder hit an inside-the-park home run in 2012. That one not nearly like this one, and that one, it was a foggy night, and the center fielder just absolutely lost it, but never touched it, meaning it still counted it as an inside-the-park home run. But if you like to watch those things, you can find it pretty simple on Major League Baseball. We head to the bottom of the 8th, Kansas City and Laredo, 11-8. Lemur lead on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Kansas City trailing by 3, 11-8, as the Lemurs will bring in yet another new reliever. De La Cruz will come in, another hard-throwing right-hander. He will face the bottom third of the order. Vladimir Frias, Retz Johnson in that order in the 8th. Frias shows a bunt, and the fastball misses high, ball 2. 11 runs on 14 hits. No errors for Laredo. Kansas City 8 runs on 12 hits. And just the one error tonight. And this pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. So Luis De La Cruz, 6'6", 225-pounder from San Antonio, is out of the pen. And a fly ball to left, but well foul, it's out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the season, De La Cruz, 2.74 ERA, 2-1 record, his 39th appearance. That is the new team leader in appearances. 4 saves, 42 innings this year, but here's the big number, 35 strikeouts in 42 innings. So he's averaging about a strikeout per inning. He has walked 22. Batters are batting .241. So he's not been the guy that's been so dominant out of the pen, but he's been pretty darn successful. 2-2 pitch. Called third strike on the inside corner. The way Frias appeared as if he was about to be hit on his kneecap, and he was jumping out of the way. And now Vladimir Frias has been ejected from the game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Frias might have said the perfect word, and unfortunately Kurt Brannon heard him, and Vladimir Frias has been ejected from the game in the bottom of the 8th. And that is the first ejection that I can really even recall this year for a Kansas City player. And here we are so far late in the season. It's a 3-run game, and the home plate umpire, Kurt Brannon, apparently has a very, very, very soft spot in which he might have heard just one word, and unfortunately for him, it might have got to his feelings just a little bit. So Vladimir Frias unhappy as he slams his helmet down and his bat on the on-deck circle, and Vladimir Frias will be ejected from the game in the bottom of the 8th inning. So that is a leadoff strikeout. John Massarelli out to have a quick word with Kurt Brannon, but nonetheless, Frias will be ejected, and we will have to wait for Frias to walk out of the ballpark before we continue here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So with that, and as we have a little bit of time, I've already got you up to date on the American Association scoreboard. I never do this, but since we have kind of a little bit of a break, I will take you around Major League Baseball, with scores around the league. Colorado on top of Milwaukee in the 7th inning. It is 4-2 in that game. Detroit leading Minnesota 8-3 in the 8th inning. The White Sox all over Philadelphia 9-1 in the 8th inning. I almost called them the Rams. The St. Louis Cardinals coming back on the Mets now. It's 6-4 in the 7th inning. That's in St. Louis, Busch Stadium, if you're a fan of the Redbirds. In the bottom of the 3rd inning, Atlanta with a 2-0 lead over the Diamondbacks. Oakland leading Cleveland 3-0 in the 2nd. That's big news for the Royals. No score in the 2nd between the Cubs and the Padres. Other scores, 1-0 Yankees over Seattle. Dodgers leading the Giants 1-0, just underway. Earlier finals, Pittsburgh defeating Houston 7-1. Baltimore defeating Washington 8-1. The Blue Jays beating the Angels 7-2. Boston holding on to beat Tampa Bay 2-1. Cincinnati defeating Texas 3-0, and the Royals defeating Miami 1-0. An interesting note in regards, if you like to hear interesting stats. If you didn't know a guy by the name of Billy Hamilton, he's pretty fast. He can run for the Cincinnati Reds. He's their center fielder, and today he was clocked at running 22 miles per hour to make a diving catch in the outfield. So StatCast with an interesting stat earlier today. So Billy Hamilton running as fast as a gazelle or even faster at 22 miles an hour and then making a head-first diving catch. So that's pretty impressive. Back to the game. Ryan Retz takes a strike. 1-1 strike on Kansas City's third baseman, Ryan Retz. Retz RBI double in the 6th. He is 1 for 3. Couple of strikeouts. Vladimir Frias ejected from the game, so Kansas City will have to make a defensive substitution in the top of the 9th. Retz kind of reaching out, possibly going to drop it in, and he does not. Nice shoestring catch by Dennis Phipps. And Retz robbed of a base hit. So very quickly, 2 outs in the 8th inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, Nolan Johnson, who is 0 for 3. That's insane. A human being running 22 miles an hour. I mean, that's flying. That's going faster than a school zone. Just picture that. First pitch, a big swing and a miss, and Johnson behind in the count, 0-1. Outfield straight up, no shift on the infield as Johnson backs off of the plate with a fastball. 1-1 strike. So Laredo not taking it too easy on Kansas City down the stretch. They see that Kansas City's offense is not backing down. 8 runs on 12 hits. They bring in their setup man in the bottom of the 8th with a 3-run lead. And a broken bat foul ball actually caught the face mask of the catcher. And Nolan Johnson behind in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on the T-Bones catcher, Nolan Johnson, trying to give Kansas City a base runner late in the game. And a high strike fouled straight back. And De La Cruz, another 1-2 pitch, and got him swinging, and down he goes. So a couple of strikeouts in the 8th inning, and Kansas City down in order, 1-2-3 in the 8th. We head to the 9th, 11-8 Laredo on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning, the experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
We head to the 9th inning, 11-8 lead for Laredo. Nathan Moore back with you live at Community America Ballpark. Kansas City, Kansas, as the T-Bones will look to Evan DeLuca in the top of the 9th inning. DeLuca pretty much the go-to guy for John Massarelli in a very close situation late in a game. Good left-hander from New York. Was in the New York Yankees organization. On the season, 3-3 record, 3.19 ERA, 36th appearance, 42 in the third innings, 40 strikeouts and 40 hits allowed. Batters are batting .247 against the lefty, Evan DeLuca. So in the ninth inning, it'll be Pulfer, Reynolds, Metzger. 6, 7, 8 hitters. As the 1-1 pitch is shot foul into the seats on the right side, and it counts 1 ball and 2 strikes. That one might have hurt. DeLuca trying to keep the game right where it is. 11-8 deficit as we play the ninth. 1-2 pitch. A chopper down the first base line. It will stay foul. And the count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Laredo got out to a 3-0 lead after the first. Led 4-0 after the first half of the second. Kansas City then pulled themselves within 3 with a solo run in the second. They pulled within 1 run in a 4-3 deficit after the third, but Laredo scored 3 more in the fourth and then 4 more in the seventh. Kansas City with a 2-run sixth and a 3-run seventh. One ball, 2 strikes on Pulfer, and the pitch is sent into right field. In comes Dalton Wheat. Out goes Wiley. Wiley unable to make the catch. And it's a leadoff single for J.D. Pulfer. You might as well just talk, Matt. I mean, you're right here. I'm getting instructions about how to broadcast properly. So a leadoff single in the ninth, and that will bring up Burt Reynolds. As the first pitch to Reynolds, a big late swing and a miss, 0-1. Kansas City looking for a potential double play opportunity. They have turned 1 double play tonight. It came in the 6th inning off the bat of Abel Nieves. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a shot back up the middle, another hit. So Laredo just continues to hit. And that was something that they could not do against Kansas City 2 weeks ago. In fact, Laredo was just absolutely dreadful offensively against Kansas City 2 weeks ago. Kansas City pitchers were able to keep them off balance, but tonight it has been a completely different storyline. So that'll bring up Brennan Metzger, who is 1 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. He is not necessarily a double play candidate. He is extremely fast, typically does hit the ball on the ground, shows a bunt, a good bunt on the third base line, but goes foul at the last second. 0-1. Alvaro Rondon, who is 3 for 4, is on the on-deck circle. He'll bat next. 11-8 lead Laredo. We are in the ninth. First baseman Blackwood playing up on the infield grass, way ahead of the first base bag. Rhett's even with the bag at third, double play depth up the middle. Will Metzger show bunt again, despite leading by 3? He does, and takes a fastball outside. And the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Outfield pretty shallow against Metzger. Really not much of a power threat. Batting under 200, just 4 RBIs. He has not homered this year. Runners go. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to take away a double play opportunity. With the glove flipping the ball over was DeLuca. So Metzger is out on a good 1-3 put out. And up to third base goes J.D. Pulfer. Up to second base goes Reynolds. And now 1 on, 2 outs for the shortstop, Alvaro Rondon. Rondon singled in the 4th, 6th, and 7th. He's also struck out tonight. The infield is in. Kansas City cannot afford to fall any further down. They trail by 3. And the pitch is a chopper on the third base line, but foul. That would have been good enough for a run. 0-1. Kansas City, with the defensive swap, is bringing in Sergio Leon as the new shortstop. He will bat in Frias' spot out of the 7th spot if that were to come to fruition in the bottom of the 9th inning. Frias ejected after a strikeout in the bottom of the 8th. Right now, DeLuca needs to get a big strikeout. 0-1 pitch, and the fastball is a late called strike 2. And Rondon shaking his head at the home plate umpire, Brannon. And because of the very quick trigger that he got Frias ejected on, you better be careful to even look the direction of the home plate umpire. DeLuca way ahead. Has the sign and the 2-strike pitch. Just barely missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Abel Nieves will follow. Nieves has a 2-hit night. Infield still drawn in for Kansas City. Outfield pretty straight up. Pretty shallow as well. Wind still going from right to left. And DeLuca's 1-2 pitch. A little chopper on the third base line. Tough play. Barehanded play. Rhett's throw is way offline, and he has a second throwing error of the game. It's going to allow 2 runs to score, and it's now 13-8. So the second time, Rhett's has made a good defensive stop and then just throws the ball away. So the third error on Kansas City tonight, 2 of which have come from the third base position. So that should be more than likely an infield single, and then yet another E5. So 1 RBI attached to it. In to score is Pulfer from third. Reynolds scores from second base. And Rondon has his 4th hit of the game, and he winds up at second base. So now the game just got much more difficult. 13-8 Laredo. And Kansas City's defense has been pretty bad tonight. Here's a ground ball to second. Wiley makes a good defensive play. And the flipped over to first is in time for out number 2. Over to third base goes Rondon, and that'll bring up Dennis Phipps. So we have to see the right fielder at least one more time. Infield drawn back out to normal depth. Outfield a little bit deeper against Phipps. And the first pitch is over the head of the catcher all the way to the backstop. And luckily, Rondon unable to score. So a wild pitch, but no advancement. So Tolles and DeLuca both tonight, who have both been pretty solid all year, really struggling tonight. 6 runs allowed between the 2 of them out of the bullpen. So despite Jared Messer having a very, very rough night tonight on the mound, the offense backed him up, but then the bullpen has also kind of not held their end of the bargain. The 1-0 pitch, and Phipps takes a strike, evens the count 1-1. As we get closer to 10 o'clock on a Tuesday night. The wind continues to whip out toward left field. And the 1-1 pitch is a high chopper that goes foul past third, and that will force the left fielder, Tyson Gillies, to come up for the loose baseball. So the high probability of rain happened earlier tonight. The rain is out of the area. That was something that I think a few were somewhat concerned about, but it never was even a problem here tonight. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and down goes Dennis Phipps, but damage done again. A 2-run top of the ninth. Kansas City will need at least 5 in the bottom half to stay alive. 13-8, Laredo, as we head to the bottom of the ninth on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Bottom of the ninth inning, Kansas City trailing 13-8 as Tyler Massey will lead off on the very first pitch that he sees in the strike zone. Rips up the middle for a base hit. And Tyler Massey has his first hit of the night. He is now 1 for 5. And if Kansas City wants to come back tonight, it's a good way to start it in the ninth inning. So a leadoff single. And that'll bring up the right fielder Dalton Waite, who is 1 for 4. So Tyler Massey with a line drive right over the head of the pitcher and into center field for a hit. Good effort by Rondon at short, but just barely skipped off the top of his glove into center field for a hit. Now we'll see if Kansas City can get a few more runners on, try to make this a more possible comeback. And the pitch gets away from the catcher, so up to second base goes Massey. So there goes any double play thoughts. Dalton pretty tough to double up. Very fast ground ball guy that see if Wheat can get something to go here. And the first pitch is ripped foul to the on-deck circle on the left side. And the count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. We have reached the bottom of the ninth. Kansas City trying to make a very difficult possible comeback in the bottom of the ninth. Here's the 1-1 pitch and a pop foul out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Laredo added to their lead in the top of the 8th inning. That made things a little bit more difficult. 3 runs more manageable, 5 more difficult, obviously. Kansas City's bullpen has allowed 6 runs in the 3 innings in which they have pitched. Here's the 1-2 pitch, and a line drive left center field. Will it drop in play? It does, just right over the glove of the shortstop. And Kansas City, with back-to-back hits in the 9th, having themselves an opportunity come alive. So on the base hit, Massey reading it perfectly, goes to third base. And now runners on the corners for Brett Wiley, who is 2 for 4. Wiley singled and a run scored in the 3rd, also singled again in the 7th. Lefty-lefty matchup against him here in the 9th. Guerrero trying to slam the door on Kansas City. Kansas City trying to make it difficult to do that in the 9th. Take away the 2 runs in the top of this inning, you've got the potential tying runner at the plate and a pretty good hitter to have at the plate. But instead, Kansas City still needs a lot of base runners to have a chance. Good off-speed pitch. Swung on and missed, and the count's 1 ball, 1 strike. Blackwood and Gallus, the way it looks, will both have a chance here in the 9th. Blackwood, a lot of power. Big night tonight. Gallus, lots of power. He's had a big night tonight as well. So a lot of opportunities still looking up for KC. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball strike, and the count's 1-2. This is the guy that Kansas City really wants to get on. You've got very good base running ability. And obviously, if Wiley were to reach, more than likely a run would be chipped off the board. There's a fastball high, 2-2. The worst case scenario for Laredo is if Wiley were to reach, Blackwood would still only represent the potential 1-run deficit. He would not be the potential game-tying batter to the plate. 2-2 pitch. This is trouble. Double play ball. Out at second, back to first, and in time for the double play. So a 4-6-3 double play, and Brett Wiley, who is a very good base runner, grounds into the big 4-6-3 double play. A run does score. It's now 13-9, but now all of a sudden 2 outs in the inning. And Kansas City's chances have just plummeted dramatically here in the 9th. That'll bring up Blackwood with the bases empty. Jake tonight, 3 out of 4. All 3 hits have been singles. He has scored 2 of the team's 9 runs. 14 hits, 9 runs. So you can't say anything really negative in regards to the offensive performance. Pitch on the way and a fastball missed inside. Really no pressure at all now on Guerrero. Just 1 out away, and really the worst thing to do is to walk batters. Just want to go right after hitters, make them earn themselves on base. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Blackwood takes a breaking ball low. Kansas City does have a home run tonight. It was a unique home run. A 2-out, 3-run inside the park home run by their home run leader, Anthony Gallus, who is on deck. That came in the bottom of the 7th. That pulled Kansas City back within a couple of runs, but Laredo came back with 2 more in the 9th. The 2-0 pitch is taken inside, ball 3, 3-0.
Everybody clap your hands.
Laredo, 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 3 more in the 4th, 4 in the 7th, 2 in the 9th as Blackwood takes a strike. KC 1 in the second, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, 1 so far in the 9th. And Guerrero 1 pitch away from slamming the door. The 3-1 pitch, and he walked him. So Blackwood reaches for the fourth time tonight. And that will bring up Anthony Gallus, who has had a monster game. He is 3 out of 4 with 5 RBIs. Obviously, he is Kansas City's big offensive contributor. And Pete Incaviglia is going to come out of the dugout. And despite what is a 4-run lead in the 9th with 2 outs, Pete Incaviglia possibly might be going to his bullpen, and he is. Only one manager in the American Association makes this move, and his name is Pete Incaviglia. Back after this on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
It's always good to know that great doctors are close by. In fact, the great doctors of Providence Medical Center are right down the street from the ballpark at 89th and Parallel. Count on Providence when you need 24/7 emergency services, an accredited chest pain center, or specialized orthopedic and sports medicine services. Providence Medical Center is proud to be the official healthcare partner of the T-Bones. Learn more at providencekc.com.
At Community America, we're redefining wealth. It's time to focus on what really fills our lives with meaning. The experiences and relationships that define who we are and what we value. At Community America, what matters to you matters to us. Because when you have financial peace of mind, you can live life to the fullest. Make today wealthy.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
Country Inn & Suites in Village West is the official hotel of the KC T-Bones. We conveniently share the parking lot with the stadium and offer access to the best shopping and entertainment. Enjoy a comfortable stay with top-notch services and amenities. Start your day off right with our Be Our Guest breakfast. Our exceptional service makes Country Inn & Suites the ideal hotel in KC for anyone traveling for business or pleasure. Stay with us on your next trip and we'll have you saying, I love this country. Book today at countryinns.com/Kansas City KS.
I loved when the ice cream truck came around as a kid, the familiar music and the cool treats on a hot summer afternoon.
What's your happy place?
Have a Frosty Treats ice cream truck at your next corporate or private party. FrostyTreats.com.
So Gallows will come up. Runner at first is Blackwood. 2 outs in the inning. Kansas City trailing 13-9 in the 9th. And Inman is coming in out of the bullpen to face Gallus. And the pitch is a strike right down the heart of the plate. Gallus tonight, a 3-run inside the park home run in the 7th. He is lined out. 2 RBI, single in the 3rd, and a single and a run scored in the 2nd. He has been a part of all the offense tonight, and a mighty swing and a miss. He's down on the count of 1-2, and KC's down to their final strike. Gallus batting .212, 16th home run coming tonight, and RBIs 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, and 44. So a big offensive night. 0-2 pitch, and a 3-pitch strikeout, and that does it. Final game in favor of Laredo. Final score of 13-9. Tomorrow night, Kansas City back here against Laredo. First pitch at 7:05. Tickets available at tbonesbaseball.com. Kansas City starting pitcher Jared Messer takes the loss. He falls to 4-3. Ryan Beckman takes the win. He is now 8-6. There was no save of the game here tonight. Kansas City falls to 39-48. Laredo improves to 48-38. Kansas City's playoff hopes take a little bit further backwards dive tonight. They came into tonight 7 games back. They leave 8 games back with just 13 games to play in 2016. Tickets available tomorrow and Thursday night. Once again at tbonesbaseball.com. Don't forget Throwdown Thursday on Thursday night. $1.25 beers all night. And tickets available at tbonesbaseball.com. KCTV.com. Here's your final line scores tonight. Laredo 13 runs on 17 hits, no errors, 7 left on base. Kansas City 9 runs on 14 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on base. Winning pitcher Beckman, losing pitcher Messer, no save. Time of the game 2 hours and 57 minutes. I'm Nathan Morris saying so long from Kansas City, where the final score once again 13-9 in favor of Laredo. We're back tomorrow night, 7:05, right here at Community America Ballpark. You've been listening to the Kansas City T-Bones on the T-Bones Broadcasting Network.
This game on the T-Bones Broadcast Network was brought to you by Community America Credit Union, Austin's Trailers and Motorsports, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, Price Chopper, Providence Medical Center, the Kansas Lottery, FlyKCI.com, Roma Bakery, Sheet Metal Local Number 2, and Kissick Construction. Tune in online all season to the T-Bones Broadcast Network. Click on the Watch Live or Listen Live buttons at tbonesbaseball.com. T-Bones Baseball, that's fun. Well done.